Okay, now what we want to do is we want to look at an angle of depression problem. Okay, and let's tell a little story here. Ayana is walking in the woods, and she happens upon a clearing, and at the edge of that clearing there is a Fowler watchtower manned by a forest ranger. Okay, and that forest ranger looks out and sees Ayana, and he notices that where she is, there's a landmark, and he knows that that is 50 feet from the watchtower from where he is looking. In other words, chink, where she is, that landmark, he knows is 50 feet. He also is looking down, and that's a measured plot space, and he knows, and he's got a little way of measuring, that he is looking down at where she is standing, and that angle is 38 degrees. So he's looking down, so it is an angle of depression. Now, from that information, can we determine how tall the watchtower is? Well, we can determine where his eyeballs are, and then if we know how high he is, we can determine what the height of the floor of that watchtower is, and then we can go from there. So we know what that is. Okay? All right, so what do we have? We're standing where the ranger is. What information do we have? Do we have the hypotenuse? No, we don't know what the hypotenuse is. Hypotenuse is across from the 90-degree angle. We have no idea what that hypotenuse is. Well, guess what? Hypotenuse, hypotenuse. So we're not looking at the sine or the cosine, are we? We're looking at what? The tangent. Okay? A lot of angle of elevation problems, let's say 60 to 70% of them, 2/3 of them, will be typically tangent type problems. Why? Because we don't know or we don't care about the hypotenuse. What we have is we have the two legs or the two sides, other sides, opposite and adjacent. Okay? The other ones are going to be this, where we want to find the hypotenuse, or are we given the hypotenuse. Okay, so we're going to be looking at a tangent. So how we do this? We're given the angle, so we already know we're going to be looking at tangent of 38 degrees equals what? Well, what's opposite? Opposite is x. What's adjacent? Well, adjacent to me, because we're at this position, we're at the position of the ranger. We're not at Ayana's position. We're up here at the ranger. This angle is coming down, okay? Down. Ayana's looking up. Should be at an angle of elevation, which would be this angle here. Okay? But we're looking down, and so what's adjacent? It's 50. Well, how do we solve this? That would be tangent. Well, we'd like to get that 50 over there, so we're going to multiply both sides by that. So we're going to have 50 tangent of 38 equals x. Well, how do we find that? Take 50, take your calculator, put 50 in it, okay? Take the tangent of 38 degrees, multiply it, and we should get somewhere right at x equals 39.1 feet. Okay? So, what is x? How high is this guy's eyeballs? It's 39.1 feet. Now, if he's 6 foot tall, that means this tower or this floor right here would be approximately at about 33, 34 foot. Okay? An angle of depression, where we're looking down, okay? We want to find how high up we are. We know how far away the object is. We know the angle at which we're looking down. Okay? Given that, tangent of 38 equals x over 50. 50 times the tangent of 38 equals x. X is going to equal 39.1 feet. Angles of elevation, angle of depression. We'll do some more in class. That's all they are. We're just simply using trigonometric ratios, sine, cosine, tangent, and their inverses in order to find unknowns and to solve problems.